What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for the Belle Collective, excuse me, Season 3, Episode 4. I really feel like we have had more than 4 episodes. But moving on, maybe it's Episode 5. I really feel like we done had more than 4 episodes. I think this might be Episode 5. But anyway, moving on. So, we start this episode off. We have Latrice meeting down to the dancing dolls. Not dancing dolls, but you know what I'm saying, some sort of boutique child. And she is meeting up with So Gucci's ex-wife, who was on that show Bring It On with the girls back in the day. Now, I never watched that show, but that's what the people telling me on the streets. Now, let me say this. I shared this interview on my community wall, but go check out Millie-chan TV. I believe her is Millchun TV. I think I spelled that right. She's really, I started following her on TikTok. But she did an interview with JJ in YouTube. It's on my community wall. I shared the link on my community wall. I owe JJ an apology. JJ explained the situation with his mama. And even though I still feel like he put a little extra sauce on it, he said that what happened with his mom is that his mom just beat cancer. And she wanted to move in. He said, I have this nice house. I'm on the lake. I got the pool. She wanted a different scenery. He said, I can't tell my mama no. He said, at the end of the day, when my mama not here no more, I want to be able to say I was the best son. So if she want to live with me, she just beat cancer. Then if that's what she want to do, that's what she want to do. He said, I told production that my mama was going to move in with us and that I hadn't told So Gucci. And I told them I was going to tell So Gucci, and production was like, ho. Wait, we want to get it on camera. So he did spring it on her. According to him, it was not a stage scene. He really did drop that on her. And her reaction is valid. He said it did not work out at all. He said it was not a great experience. But I do owe an apology because y'all know I was like, this ain't real. This ain't what happened. But anyway. But it's a really good interview. He gets into a lot of stuff from the show that we may or may not know. He explains how he makes his money. He's got a very lucrative stucco business that he runs. And the beef with Latrice is real. Like, it is not TV. It's some real beef. And so y'all go watch that interview. It was a really, really good interview. Anyway, moving on. Y'all know I don't tell everything because I want to support. And when y'all go over there, y'all say Really B sent you. Y'all go over there and tell Millie-chan, Really B sent me over here to check this out, okay? So with that being said, Latrice is basically talking to JJ's ex-wife, and she's getting ready for her wig launch party, and she said, look, I invited everybody, so you coming, so Gucci is going to be there. Is it going to be a problem? And she was like, I don't have no issue with her. I mean, she just act like she don't see me. Sometimes she speak to me, sometimes she don't. And she just act like she don't see me no more. And I don't know what her beef is with me. I don't have no beef with her. So I was like, okay, we setting this up for some bull hockey. And I don't know, now that Latrice and So Gucci are not cool anymore, now all of a sudden this is her ace boom cool. I see you, Treese. I see you for your works, but it's okay. It makes for good TV, okay? But I see you for your works, mama. I see you for your works. So then we had Glenn and Leticia with his grandmother. Now listen, this whole scene, I'm not going to use the word trigger, because I think that's a strong word, and I think that's a overused word. But this definitely took me back, because this was very deja vu of what happened with my grandmother, right? My grandmother, I told you guys the other day, for those of you who were watching my live, that literally my grandmother was fine. She's in her 90s. She was, 90s years old, but she was still living independently. Went to the doctor one day, fell. They were doing an x-ray on her hip. She fell. She never was the same. And at the end, we did in-home hospice. And basically, we were literally just giving her, like, every couple of hours, we were giving her drops of, what's the pain medicine? Now it's gone. But that very, very, very strong pain medicine, like, literally, it got to the point where we could just, all we could do was drop the drops in her mouth. right? That is just where it was. And she was at home hospice. She was at my aunt's house. We took turns sitting with her. You know, we rotated through the family sitting with her, and until she was gone. So this was very, very, this whole scene, I mean, I felt for Glenn. I understood where Glenn was coming from. Even when he was like, she gonna get out of this. And his cousin had to be honest with him and say, look, cuz, let me just be honest with you. She's in a lot of pain. She's ready to go. And at this point, see the thing, and I didn't know this until my grandmother, hospice, that's it. Like, once they put you on hospice, you are terminal. Now, it might take a month. It might take 6 months. But you're terminal. So, the word hospice, and again, I didn't know it either. You know, and I felt Glenn's pain. I think his pain is real. I don't think it's put on. I don't think it's fake. It's real. And I can appreciate that Latrice put aside what they were going through to be there for him. You know, like, they've been together for 25 years. He know his grandmother. You saw that her and the cousin embraced when she came in there. She part of that family. You know, and I think it would have been real petty for her to be like, oh, well, Glenn going through what he going through. But I also appreciate that later on in this episode, she was like, oh, no, that didn't change nothing. Like, I'm here for you, and I'm going to be here for you through this, because that's different. But it didn't change nothing. We'll get to that later on. So that scene, like I said, I don't want to use the word trigger, but it definitely was very, very deja vu of what I went through with my grandmother. And so I feel for Glenn. I'm sure his grandmother has passed at this point. And I feel for him, and I know it's hard. You know, we grow up, especially when we're blessed. I know I was blessed to have both of my grandmothers still alive well into adulthood. I mean, well into adulthood. And so you sort of start taking it for granted, and you realize, wow, my grandmother has been here my whole life. And then I literally lost both of my grandmothers within 2 years. It was a lot. So anyway, moving on. So then we see Leticia meeting up with Marie. And basically she's, you know, apologizing for what happened with Glenn when he popped up. And Marie was like, girl, that was a whole mess and a half. And so then Marie started sort of reminiscing on what she went through with Cedric and how, you know, how bad things got with the two of them towards the end. But she said, look, I'm ready to date again. I'm ready. I'm ready to date again. And Leticia was like, well, girl, let me hook you up. Marie, the look you gave her, you should have stuck with. She said, let me hook you up. She was like, then Leticia, I don't know, because, you know, I'm very particular. You know, I you know, and she said, anybody that date me got to sign the NDA. Now, we're going to get back to that NDA in a second, because I got some thoughts on the NDA. Okay. But she said, okay, I'm going to let you hook me up. So fast forward, I'm going to just go on and knock this whole thing out the way. Fast forward, Marie meets up with the boy down to the bowling alley. First of all, he show up and he introduced himself as player. So that's not what your mama names you. What's your government name? What is on your driver's license, sir? Player is not. Then he opened up his mouth and he got a mouthful of gold teeth. Now, Marie had told Leticia that teeth are important to her. And it seemed a little odd that she would specifically mention teeth, but then I remember, child, we in the South. It's a lot of gold teeth running around the South. So maybe she did feel like she had to be clear about that. Now, to her credit, she knew this man was not her type when he walked in the door. She knew that this was not going no further. But she said, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a scene. I'm going to go on and do this little date with this man, and I'm going to entertain it. But she told that man he had to sign the NDA. Now, Marie, let me say this to you. I understand having people sign an NDA when you have something to lose, especially since you said you've been in that situation before where people have tried to blackmail you or have put information out about you, so you want people to sign NDAs. I can respect the hell out of that. I absolutely can. But not when you are literally filming this scene for a television show. You got this man to sign an NDA and you are literally got a camera in your face. Or you literally have a camera in your face. See, I'm with you with the idea of the NDA, girl. I'm with you with the idea, but not while we are literally filming a reality show. Cause, ma'am. What? I mean, I guess there's stuff that happens when the camera stop rolling or behind the scenes, but it ain't that serious, Marie. Hell, y'all tell behind the scenes on each other all the time. It ain't that deep, girl. It is Not that deep, because you knew good and damn well you wasn't going to see that man no more. You just made him sign that NDA for a moment on the show, because girl. So anyway, they went bowling. He lied about not being able to bowl. He bowling strikes and spares and stuff. See, I don't like people like that. Like, I mean, joke about it to a certain extent, but once she called you, just be like, my bad, you know. Like, people do that all the time, but I felt like he was like, I'm going to stick with this lie. I don't know how to bowl. Strike. I don't know how to bowl. Strike. So then she was like, well, what you do for fun? I be gaming. She said, oh, you got your PlayStation 5? Yeah. She was like, my sons play on the PlayStation 5, sir. What we not getting ready to do is sit here with you and the PlayStation 5. That is not the... We are not... Not with the whole PlayStation 5. We are not. We are not. Honey, she couldn't get out that bowling alley fast enough and call Leticia and say, girl, what the hell? What the hell and what the hell again? Tisha talking about something. I mean, we got time for another one. I mean, you know, it was just somebody to make you laugh. We'll find somebody that you can be with seriously, girl. But it was a cute scene. Marie went along with it. It was fun. I laughed. It was cute. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling y'all, everything don't have to be the drama. It was cute, but it was funny. Marie and that damn NDA had me cracking up. So then we see Latrice, taking her friend down to her new space, showing her what they're going to do. They got to basically gut it out and renovate it. And she said she's talking to her friend, and she's telling her friend how her and Zaddy have been arguing over the design, the idea, you know, and how, you know, he don't understand that this is her building and she gonna do it her way, and she gonna do what she want to do and how she want to do it. And as they're sitting there talking about Zaddy and how he don't understand and how he need to step back and let me do my thing, here he come from the back. He comes into the scene from the back talking about, she talking about something, oh, hey, Zaddy, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I heard you talking about me. Y'all, I don't know if she knew he was there, if they were like purposely filming the scene together, or if he just popped up. I feel like he wasn't supposed to be there. I feel like he just popped up and came in from the back. So how long were you sitting there listening to this conversation? How long did you hear them talking and filming this scene? See, now I'm looking at everything with a different lens than I was before. You feel what I'm saying? She sidestepped that. Ain't nobody talking about you. I was just showing her my ideas for the building, this, and this. Now, here's where I'm not clear. It sounds like she has Zaddy doing the work instead of going to an outside contractor. And he said, I didn't want to take this job. I didn't even want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Latrice, let me tell you something. Listen, come here, girl. Come here. I don't want to say girl. Come here, woman. Because you're a woman. I don't want to say girl. Come here, please. Come down front. Come here. Ma'am. Down front. Come here. Get somebody else to do it. Here's why. A couple of reasons why you need to get somebody else to do it. Reason number one, with y'all being where y'all are right now, you need to separate business and pleasure. Let somebody else do it. Even if you got to pay more, let somebody else do it. Number two, when you're paying somebody and you're paying their rate, they're going to do what you tell them to do, not what they want to do. He has already shown you that he is not interested in doing what you want. He is interested in doing it the way he wants. He's been very clear about that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts that he's doing what he wants, how he wants, and when he wants. So, ma'am, you need to pay somebody to get it done your way. Now, she said it's going to be done in 6 months. Cliff said 10 months. It does need a lot of work, and I don't know how long she had it when at this point when she was buying it. When they were showing it to us, but it should be ready by next season. I feel like next season, part of her storyline is going to be the grand opening of this building. And she's got a great idea. The bottom floor will be retail. Upstairs will be the salons with the people with the booths. And I thought that would be great. Oh, the other thing she talked about when she was early in that first scene when she was talking to JJ's ex-wife, she was saying how things with Joshy ain't good, and how she, how mad she was at him after Akeisha told her that he kind of expressed some concerns, and how upset she was by that. Yeah, I mean, she's doing the right thing by separating and staying very business with him. She said at this point she only talks to him about business. She said he better be lucky that I've been busy with a lot of stuff because I'm just really mad. So anyway, so then we have Leticia and we have Glenn. Now, like I said, shout out to Leticia for keeping business and keeping private as it relates to Glenn. Glenn is like, so what's going on? What's up? Like, what we doing here? And she was like, I'm not sure what you asking me, but what I'm doing is I'm moving me and, my son. She was like, you still have access. You still his daddy. That's never going to change. But I don't think I'm ready for us to be as a family unit. And he was like, you ain't taking my son from me. That ain't happening. So she's just moving into her own place. And he was like, my parents got divorced and I'm not having it. I ain't having that. And she was like, listen, this is what I need you to understand. I'm not ready. You should be working on you like I'm working on me. You should be working on what you got to do to become a better person, to evolve, fix, whatever. Ayanla yourself while I'm working on where I am. Now, what she did say in her confessional is that she feels like she's just outgrown him. And what he said was, somebody get a little bit of money and they don't know what to do. And I think it's a combination of the two. I think that she was either she was a house wife, or the job that she had prior to Belle Collective, she wasn't making the money you were making. So you were the breadwinner and she was sort of under your thumb. Y'all have known each other since high school. And yes, y'all have probably been through y'all ups and downs. But this time, when y'all went through the outs, she didn't need you. And she has found her own strength in that. That don't mean she don't love you no more. It doesn't even mean y'all won't find y'all way back to each other. But what it does mean is you're going to have to adjust to who she is today, because she's not that old Leticia. And yes, she got a little bit of money that she earned. Let's be clear. She earned it. But yes, she's got a little bit of money. But that's not the whole kit and caboodle of this, right? She has found her strength. And I hate to sound like an Ayanla moment, but she's found her strength. And you're going to have to meet her there. You're going to have to match her energy, or you are going to get left in the dust. It don't mean that y'all can't make it work and y'all can't meet somewhere in the middle and y'all can't figure out a way to be on the same page. But what it does mean is that right now, y'all not. So anyway, she stormed out of the restaurant. He chased her down, told her, "You're not taking my son from me. You ain't gonna leave me with my son." Blah, 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 child. Blah and blah. So anyway, we get to Latrice's wig launch. Now, she has models and she's named all of her wigs after the ladies. And of course, she goes through each wig and she throws shade as the ladies are coming out. She's throwing, this is the rehearsal. This isn't the real event. And, I mean, she's throwing shade at the different wigs and why she named the wig after the women. She's shading them or whatever. It was cute, but I ain't about to go through each wig, child. I'm not doing it. She was shading them, okay? It was cute. So then, the event is here. The ladies start showing up. Akeisha look good now. Akeisha, you look good, girl. I could tell that last season you were still trying to get rid of a little bit of that baby weight. Because you look good, girl. I could tell you've been in the gym, honey. And this is really the first scene that we've seen Akeisha dressed up. Now, I like that little side bow tie thing bow thing she had working on her blouse when she met with her mommy/aunt. That was cute, but that was very power business suit. That was, let me walk into this boardroom and let these men know who I am type suit. This was more of a, after 5 situation. I liked it. I'm liking Akeisha, I think, a little bit this season. Even though Akeisha did insinuate that there was some lesbian situations going on, and I didn't know where that came from. That just sort of came out of left field. She just threw it out there about Latrice. And JJ's ex-wife. I don't even know where that came from. I feel like that came out of left field. But okay, girl. Okay. So then all the ladies start showing up, and Tambra is there, child, and so Gucci shows up, and Latrice tried to lean in to give So Gucci a proper greeting, and so Gucci kind of curved her and was like, hey girl. And so Latrice felt some kind of way about that. Listen, Latrice, I don't know why. So Gucci told you, listen. You can't be mad at somebody when they tell you what they gonna do. When you and So Gucci had that conversation down to the baby shower, So Gucci told you that she was taking a little bit of a hiatus, that she was taking a step back from you because she felt some kind of way, and until she got over it, she was gonna be in it, right? That's what she said. So you can't be mad at her. She showed up. I mean, she had to film, but she showed up. But you can't be mad at her because she wasn't giving you that same energy. Girl, you been shading her. She been shading you. Move on. My bad. This is the scene where she talked about Joshy. But either way, the information is the same. She was just talking to a different person. Moving on. She was talking to the lady doing her hair. Now, she said something about the event having to be at her friend's salon because she can't have it at her salon because of something dealing with the new building. I'm so confused about what she was saying, but I feel like what she was trying to explain was what she said at the beginning of the season with she only has access to half of where she's currently at because she can't get in her new building yet. So her landlord rented out the majority of that space. So she only really has enough space to just have her retail side of it. She's actually delivering hair again rather than having people come there to pick up the hair like they were doing. So I feel like that's what she was saying. And again, she tried to blame that on So Gucci didn't get her a retail space fast enough, but whatever, child. So then so JJ's ex-wife, I keep saying that because I don't forgot that woman name. Selena. Is that her name? Anyway, she shows up, and once again she's talking about how So Gucci won't speak to her. And So Gucci didn't speak to her. And they started talking about what happened down to the baby shower and So Gucci being so shady. And So Gucci was like, girl, you just an extra. And she was like, girl, I was on TV before you were on TV. And they got to arguing. Tambra was in the middle. Tambra was like, oh my God. Oh, I just need to do something. Latrice on the other side of the room talking about this my event. I know they not acting the fool up in my event. Somebody get somebody and do something with somebody before I have to do something with somebody. Get it together. And baby, that's where it cut out. All we see is the little, you know how they do the little clip. But it looks like they actually kind of get physical. But it's to be continued. We'll see it next week. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.